You know, talking about my mom's death a number of years ago was absolutely brutal. And there are times still I have tears. There are still times that I cry. But I wanted to share this most powerful story for anyone who's lost a mom or dad and would love to connect with them. I have a program that we created over the years that my mom and dad were dying that we've been teaching to so many people around the world. It's a completely different type of grieving program. And of course, we all start with sadness and loss and sometimes anger and sometimes depression. And sometimes we just don't know what to do with ourselves when we lose someone we really love. My mom and I had a rough upbringing together when I was a child. I was not a good child, not an easy child at all. Oh my God, especially compared to my brother and sister, I was a bear. But somehow in my 20s, we reconnected and fell deeply in love. And so when she came down with Alzheimer's, dementia, about 4 or 5 years ago now, it was hell on earth, and especially for my brother and sister because they were the caregivers. They were up in upstate New York, and I was in Florida. And so the only thing I could do when she died was grieve deeply. And I had created a grieving program years ago, but it wasn't what I liked. It wasn't what I wanted. So I created a brand new one. And what I would do for 10 months is I would get up every day and go into the courtyard of my house, and I would meditate and pray and write and cry and cry and cry. I had so many hours of crying, I didn't think there'd be more tears left. And sure enough, 20 minutes later, I'm crying again. And these are early mornings, 4:30 in the morning, sitting until 7:30, 8 o'clock, writing, crying, talking to her, trying to talk to her, trying to communicate with her, right, and not knowing if I'm getting through it all. And I started writing little letters every night, telling her I missed her and tell her I loved her and tell her what happened during the day. And I used to always say at the end, I hope sometime we're going to get a chance to say hi. I hope that you're going to come and visit me, Mom. I would love for you to come and visit me. And I never got anything for 10 months. And on the 10th month, I got a notification, I'll call it, from my spiritual guides. I have a morning program that's about 2 hours long, and I write about it in my book. One of my books on spirituality, but it's a very long, detailed program where I talk to the masters who have already exited this earth, and including my mom. I consider her a master. And one time during these meetings in the morning, I got the message to tear up my yard and to dig the biggest flower garden possible for my mother. And I couldn't believe I got this message, and I immediately did it. I followed it. And tore up the whole yard that was the courtyard, and planted a ton of bougainvillea and hibiscus and flowers that she just absolutely loved. And the most amazing thing happened after 10 months of never missing a day of writing to her, never missing a day of loving her, never missing a day of crying for her. All of a sudden she visited in the most dramatic way I have ever heard. Now, there are other people that maybe have had this experience. I never did. I've been teaching grieving for 46 years. I've grieved the loss of many things, jobs, people, dogs, etc., but never had I lost my mom. And so this was different, right? And I'm writing those letters, and all of a sudden, about 3 days after I planted the garden, and this was mind-blowing, I'm laying in bed, and my partner at the time, her head was on my shoulder, and I'm just breathing and thinking and just sort of talking to myself, calming myself down from the day, and all of a sudden, I see in front of me this huge screen, like a theater screen, and I can see it lit, just barely lit, and then a hallway appears. And then there's a person walking down the hallway, and I'm shaking my head saying, what is going on here? What is happening? Who's coming here? And as they came closer and they came into the light, I was absolutely shocked that it was Jesus Christ. And he sat, and or I should say stood there, and stared at me with this most beautiful, compassionate look on his face. He didn't say a thing. And then he stepped backwards and disappeared into the shadow. And I'm sitting here now going, what is this all about? What's going on? And then I see the hallway with a little light again. I see another figure walking towards me. And all of a sudden, into the light is my mother. All of a sudden, in front of the bed, standing right there as clear as day, is my mother. And my partner knew something big was going on. And my heart rate was increasing. Her head was still on my chest. And all of a sudden, my mom starts speaking to me. She says, "Oh, David." And she used to say it in that tone all the time. Even can make me emotional now. "Oh, David, Oh, my son, your mom is doing great. I'm really doing great. Everything here is fantastic. And I want you to know that. You don't have to cry every day for your mother anymore. I'm with you all the time. I want you to know that things are beautiful. Everything is going fantastic. And I want you to know that your mother will never leave your side. I am always with you. I'm in your heart 24/7. Now, honey, I have to go. Oh, David, I have to go. But I will return. And always remember, I'm always in your heart. And with that, the screen came down. And I leaped out of bed. I had no idea of what to say. Was that an astral travel? Was that a lucid dream? No. It was a visitation from the other side, created by the Gateway program I made, and how I write to her and the garden and the flowers and everything else. And if you would like to learn the system, reach out to me. We offer everyone a free 20-minute session on the phone. If you just want to talk about the sadness you're going through with losing somebody, or if you want to learn at least the beginning part of this Gateway program where you can actually communicate with people on the other side, go to talkdavid.com and sign up for a free 20-minute discovery call. Just look for the Contact Us button. Sign up and say, I'd just like to talk to David for 20 minutes on the phone. My office will set up the time and all that kind of stuff with you. And I would love to do that. We have to turn the world of grieving from complete sadness, loss, and pain into something else, because it is something else. My connection with my mother has never stopped, and it's been 4 years now. She visits me less, but when she visits me, oh my God, it's like the lights have come on the stage type of a thing. Also at the website, we have 5 free books that might help you as well. Listen, don't go alone. If you're grieving, let me help you. If you want to communicate with those on the other side, let me help you. Everything's at talkdavid.com. I am here for you. After 46 years of doing this work, I want to even be of more service to this country and this world than I've ever been in the past. Take advantage at talkdavid.com and have a beautiful day.